Hi and welcome. In this video I'm going to build a better drill press table for my Win 12-inch drill press. I've had this one for a while. It's done its purpose, but biggest issue, no matter how I installed it, with the fence I can't get full depth. So I want to have the fence go as far as it can. So basically going to be the same design, just a little bit bigger this way. Width will be the same. As shown here, like I say, the fence, there's a lot of space there, so I don't get much depth when using the fence. Plus this fence is falling apart, so a better fence will do also. I purchased this PowerTech fence kit, which I'll be using for the drill press table. It comes with a few accessories, as you can see, as well as these L brackets. So in order to get full travel of fence, I need the table to come out to about here, so the T-tracks will go this far. Also, by doing this, in order to clear this handle, I'll have to build some sort of block used as a riser just to clear the handle. I also purchased these PowerTech T-tracks, which I'll be using. For the drill press tabletop, I'll do it the same width because the PowerTech fence is the same, 24 inches. And because of the brackets, I need to go further back here, so it'll be 16. So 16 by 24. I plan on using 3/4 inch plywood as a first layer and then 1/2 inch as a second layer. This way, for the T-tracks, which are about 1/2 inch, I just put them in and then build it with separate pieces. That way I don't have to do any dado. So let's get started with that. I've cut the pieces of plywood, the main base, 3/4 inch plywood, and some smaller pieces for the top portion. I would have liked to have used Baltic birch, but due to the price, I'm just using some birch plywood, which I got at Woodworker Source. Very light plywood. So as mentioned, I cut these to 5 inches so I could put the T-track, and then later I'll measure the piece for here after everything's glued in place. So now I'll start by gluing these pieces first. So here's the glue up of the lamination of the two first pieces. Lots of clamps to hold it. So now we'll just let this dry and then we can move on to the middle part. Next step is to cut the centerpiece to size. We'll first put the T-tracks in, measure, just a little under 12.5, so it'll be 12 7/16. We'll cut that piece next. So here's the centerpiece cut. Before gluing it down, I want to know where I might put the little insert that is removable and can be replaced. I'm going to cut the notch for the posts of the drill press. The width of the posts it's about 2.5, but with the other piece is about 3. And depth-wise, you go about 2.5 inches, which should be plenty for these guys, which are just 2 1/8. So here we'll mark the center. This is 24, should be 12. I set 2.5 inches out. Got this little 3-inch disc. So that should sort of work. So I'll drill that hole first. We'll just clamp the board so we can drill both at the same time. So here's my setup for drilling. So now I just have to cut straight lines here. You can use a jigsaw, or I have a bandsaw, so I'll probably use that. So I think it fits in there just fine. So now, like I said, for this handle, I just have to raise it up a little bit. I think, another 3/4 inch plywood or maybe just 1 inch of hardwood, just to raise it enough so that the handle can be turned. So we'll do that next. While the top's loosely in place, I'm just going to use the drill bit to make a little mark. That'll be the center of where the removable square piece will go. For the riser piece, just going to make it basically the size of this. Let's just say 10 by 10. Just using a piece of scrap alder I had laying around. I cut the piece for the riser 10 by 10, so that'll go underneath. First, I'll cut the hole in the middle for the little square insert that's removable. So we'll do that next before we glue this piece down. We'll cut the hole with the jigsaw now. I'll just try to square it up with sanding a little bit, make it smooth. Now, next step will be to glue this piece down. Have that here, and just glue and clamp it. So here it is, all glued up and clamped. I'll just remove these for now. And we'll let this dry, and after that we'll glue this part to the bottom. I've placed the riser piece in place, and now I'm just going to make some starter holes. Four holes drilled. I'm going to use these Easy Lock thread inserts so I can easily remove it when I need to. We'll do that next. Here are the four inserts. With the riser installed, I'm just going to mark the tabletop. Now we can glue it. Here's the glue up of the riser plate. I'll just let that glue set and we'll move on to the next step. The drill press tabletop is now complete. I did add some edge banding using some thin maple just to protect the edges and to make it look a little bit nicer. I did cut out some square leftover pieces in order to use as inserts, so I'll have them available. So now I'll go ahead and add 3 coats of poly. Now with 3 coats of poly applied to the top, I'm just going to cut the T-Trex to size. Just mark it and cut the 2 pieces. So here's the T-Trex cut to size. I did have to drill an extra hole here and countersink. No, these T-Trex did not come with screws, so I did have some hanging around. So now I'll just do a pilot hole to start. So here we are with the T-Trex installed. Now install it on the drill press. So now it's time to install the top to the drill press. using a lock washer and a regular washer. So here's the drill press table with the fence installed. So I can easily move. I can go all the way to the furthest. Obviously this is easy to remove if needed to. I did make a bunch of these inserts. And the fence did come with a few accessories. Had a stop. This completes this video of the build of the drill press table. I think it's a pretty easy build. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.